Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Tuesday, August 19th, 2025, and good morning. This is my morning daily vlog, my ritual stand-up, where I come in the studio first thing each day, having just woken up, almost literally, and talk to you about what I've been doing next, and how it's going. Working to make content creation indefinitely sustainable. So today is today's another one of those sandwich days, which we will talk about in a moment. First, let's rewind to yesterday, Monday, and talk about how things shook out. So yesterday, the first thing, of course, it was a Monday morning, so I cut the new episode of Celebrating Yesteryear and edited that and delivered that to the team so they'll be ready to get that episode out. Where, as I mentioned, I'm always about a week ahead, so the one I did will come out not this Saturday, but next Saturday, so I got that. It's a stand-up portion and a VO portion. I got that done. Then I jumped right in to complete that Never Played video that I'd started on Friday. I'd hope to get out on Saturday. I chose a port of, not even a port, I'll call it an evolution of Space Invaders for 1999 on the PlayStation, and got that video partially done in the morning and then wrapped it up in the afternoon and delivered and published. It's done okay. It's a solid middle-of-the-road video for us right now, about 1,700 views since that published. Seem to recall Friday Plays were doing a little bit better, but then it's been a while since I published one, and so it's easy for maybe folks to forget what they enjoyed about them. So I'll continue to do those in the cracks here and there because I do like them. I have a nice long list of things I would like to check out and see, so I'll keep an eye on that. I also did, of course, some podcast preparation, not just for this morning, but also for the next episode. I did some graphics work, I did the audio sweetening and the layout of timelines, and I'll be jumping into that episode this morning. We'll talk about it in a second. And then I started to kind of stack the rest of my week. Some of my week is predicated on things I have planned to do, are predicated on someone else completing something. So I think I mentioned maybe yesterday or Friday, I talked about the fact that I have a few projects that are waiting for someone else to fill out a form or deliver some data or get something to me. So I have several things like stacked on the maybe list, waiting to see what comes through first. And that's what I'm going to jump in and work on. So before we talk about today, let's take a look at the stats, which are up a bit from yesterday. We're almost completely past Pac-Man Mountain in the last 28 days. So let me bring up my little chart here and show you. Of course, I'd like to be at or above this arbitrary, admittedly midpoint. This represents 150 subscribers and 13,000 views average over the last 7 days, and up on both accounts today. 14.8 thousand views up yesterday, about a half, and 172 subscribers up a couple on the average over the last 7 days. And that also brings up the count, which yesterday we were at 118 and like 3/4 or so, just under 100. And this morning we're at 118, 250-ish, about another quarter of a thousand on there. So being Tuesday, I would say, maybe again by Friday we might see 119. Wow, how cool. How cool. Just occurred to me how quickly that's closing in on 120, which is seems soon. Not in a bad way, it just seems soon. Wow. Okay, so for today, as soon as I'm done with the vlog, we'll be jumping into the Tuesday morning podcast edit live over on Twitch. That's where we're going to take the audio that Mo, George, and I created on Friday and go live on Twitch 10 a.m. Eastern and turn that into a cohesive episode that we'll publish on Thursday. If you'd like to join us, of course, twitch.tv/GenXGrownUp. You can pop in there anytime, usually there for a couple of hours, so between 10 and 12 Eastern. So we even kind of accommodate people on the West Coast a little bit because we're still there by the time you're, up and around at 9-ish or 10-ish maybe. Also, quickly I'll remind you that if you have Amazon Prime, whether you know or not, you have a free monthly Twitch subscription token that's it's basically like a $5 donation you can give to anyone for free, but you've got to actively do it each month. And if you have done it in the past, or maybe you've done it before, it's really easy. All you do is head over to twitch.tv/GenXGrownUp, click that little subscribe button, look around in the window that pops up, look for the Use My Prime token there. Use My Prime sub. And the checkout is free, but you have benefited us. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't get that money back, by the way. If you don't use it, that benefit goes away. So many people do every month, and so happy that you do. So this is your regular weekly reminder if you haven't done it in a while. So I have the live stream in the morning, and of course I have the live stream this evening that I have one between two things I'm going to do this evening. It's probably going to be more Shadow Complex, if I'm honest with myself. But in the middle I don't have a focused production I want to work on. I'm probably going to try to pick the Friday plays and get started on that a little bit with some prep. But I have 2 or 3 longer projects that I've either been backburnering or I haven't spent any time on in a while and I'd like to get back to, that I think I'm going to spend the middle of my day, working on those, because there never is enough time to rub together to work. I'm always like working on this video, working on this video, working on this video, and if I don't prioritize this stuff, it'll never get done. And it's kind of been, we just had our team meeting yesterday, and it's kind of been like, hey, John, what's the progress on this? I'm like, man, I'd love to say there's something new, but I haven't been back to it. So I'm gonna try to go back to one of those projects or 2 of those projects today and spend a little time on them. Among them are like a longer form live stream, kind of like you saw back when we were getting ready for the 100,000 subscriber celebration, where I ran a live for many, many hours, with audio content and stuff. I'd like to try to do that again, because it was a very interesting experiment, and a lot of people seem to like to hang around and watch that, and it might be an opportunity. Also, I need to invest some time in getting ready for the basic programming live stream, because it's not a matter of just going live. I have some prep to do for it and set up a organization where I can get all the things on the screen at the same time. I need to spend some time on those things. We have a project coming up in October, November somewhere. A big production project that I need some experimentation to try out some multiple webcams and stuff, and I just haven't gotten to those things. And if I don't make time for them, they won't happen. So I'm going to try to see which of those things I can work on in the middle today, and then of course I'll get scheduled and we'll be live tonight at 5:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube with something, probably Shadow Labyrinth. I've been wanting to get back to that. I haven't played in a couple weeks, and I don't want it to slip. I want it to slip on the back burner in my gameplay. So that's the plan for today. Pretty straightforward. It's going to be an invisible production day. Like, you won't see what comes out of today for some time probably, but it's work that I need to do sometime. And so, since I just had a video this morning and George will have his video out tomorrow, I have this nice little bubble in the afternoon today of probably 4 hours or so I can spend, and I'm going to try to spend it getting some things done that haven't been touched in a while, so I need to get to them. Yeah, that's the kind of little juggling game. I find myself often, anything that is not directly in front of me, it falls way, way behind me, because I set it to the side and then I run past it, and so I got to pull these things back out of the mothballs and get after them, or it's just going to be an idea that I'll never have explored and tried. And I don't want that to be the case. There are a lot of good ideas that you have and can't spend time on, and I'm going to try to fight to spend some time on them to see if they're actually going to pan out or not, because you never know. That's it, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and thank you for popping in to check out today's vlog, if that's what you did. However, if you're here every day and you happen to identify as one of those amazing bleeps, or even if you don't, either way, I love you for being here regularly. So happy that you do. Makes my morning all the more better, and I appreciate you for it. Hope you have a fantastic Tuesday here. Don't forget to do something good for yourself, and I'll talk to you again next day. Bye-bye.